Hello friends. So in this video we are going to discuss about logic apps. So logic apps is one of the most simplest topic in Microsoft Azure, and it is very easy to learn logic app, and also it provides us a easy to use architecture. So Azure Logic Apps is nothing but it is a cloud based platform for creating and running automated workflows that integrated your apps, data, services and systems. And with this platform, we can easily develop highly scalable integration solutions for our enterprise and business to business scenarios. And Azure Logic App is supported by a serverless architecture. So we will learn the way of controlling the flows in this video, and also at last we will discuss a sample project, that is Twitter sentiment analysis using logic apps. So previously we did Twitter sentiment analysis using Databricks and Event Hubs, but now we will check it using Logic App. So in the controlling flow, we have some subtopics like parallel execution supported by Logic Apps, conditional execution which consists of conditions and switch cases, loops. In under loops we got for each loop and until loop, and then we will go with terminate and then scope. So in parallel execution, it is nothing but it is a split execution of our workflows into completely separate branches, and each of the branches will be executed in parallel. So this is by default function that has been supported by Logic App. So in Logic App, the major advantage is that you don't need to code, or you don't need to hard code the data, and it will save you a lot of time of yours. So we'll check that in details. Like you have seen how we are coded the Twitter sentiment analysis in the Databricks, but here we just need to apply some logics and it will work, and it will create a server for that working. So also in conditional execution, conditions split the execution of a workflow into separate branches, but only choose one of them depending on evaluation of specific condition. And while conditions split workflows into two branches, switch action can create multiple branches and choose one of them depending on condition. So it is similar to the switch case we did in C programming, C++ and all that. And in loops supports iterations, and when execution series of repeated actions, we can use for each action which execute action for each time in a collection, and we also use until action which runs until condition is met for scenarios when we can't determine amount of loops. Then finally we have one terminate functions and one is scope. Terminate ends execution of the logic app on demand. Think of it like written in programming languages. And in scope encapsulate execution of set of workflows action into a single block. This is our way of error handling in logic app, and we can compare it like it is the way we did try and catch block in our Python code. So Azure Logic App has the architecture of sending, monitoring, moving, building, and performing the manipulation of data. So in sending, we will send the email notification when an event happens. In monitoring, we will monitoring the tweet with specific subjects, hashtags, and creating alerts, task based on that. In moving, we will move the files to be uploaded to SFTP to Azure storage. For building, we need to build workflows and business processes. And for data, we need to perform some data operations. So, and for Twitter sentiment analysis, we need a cognitive service. And the cognitive service is nothing but it is a comprehensive family of AI, that is artificial intelligence services, that help us building intelligent apps. Cognitive service bring AI within the reach of every developer without requiring machine learning expertise. So, if you have just a sample knowledge of how this cognitive service work, you can perform machine learning applications easily. So we will be looking into that in details. So without further ado, let's start with our project. So for that, just log in to your Microsoft Azure account. So currently I'm logging in. Then you need to go to the Azure portal. Yeah. So first, uh, go to uh, hit this portal menu over here. uh, you just go to the all services right here. Then after going to all services, you can go to AI plus machine learning. In this platform, you can see that here there is a option cognitive services. So click the favorite button over here. If you are not clicking it, then it will be saved in your menu button. So first we need to create a resource group. As you know that for every functionality of resource, we need the resource group. So first we'll create a resource group. So then we need to select the region. uh, it will take some time, so please cope up guys. So it is created. uh, then we need to go to the cognitive services. So click on cognitive service, and under cognitive service we need to add the text analytics. So you can click on add, and you can see here text analytics. So we will continue to create our resource. We need to give our resource group, that is Azure for everyone. Then we need to select the location. We need to give a name, like I will giving demo project. So then we need to choose the pricing tier. So note that you can choose the free F0, that is providing 5,000 transaction for 30 days. So we will select this. We need to click I certify that I have reviewed and acknowledge the terms in the responsible AI notice, and you I have already read this. So if for your benefit, you can also edit the document after, before clicking the uh, checkbox. So then we'll hit review plus create. uh, Now you can click on create, and you can see it may take some time for creating the text analytics. So we're waiting for that. And we need a text analytic to perform the Twitter sentiment analysis in our logic app. So you can see that our deployment is complete. So we need to go to cognitive services. So we will hit the refresh button. uh, I guess it is taking some time, so no worries. You can see that the Twitter text analytics demo project has been generated, our new text analytics stream. Here we can go to keys and endpoints, and note that we need this key and the endpoint in our Twitter sentiment analysis. So first we need to create a logic app. So we are going to the logic app right here. We'll click on add. We need to select our resource group. Note that here there is two options, one is consumption and one is standard. In creating this logic app, you make sure that you will click on consumption, because if you will try with standard one, then it will show some error after the creation of logic app, and it will show some stuff like that the null value has not been found of some URL. So we don't want to create this mess up thing, and we just need to go to consumption. So click consumption, then select a logic app name, like I will give Twitter sentiment analysis project. So now we need to give the region. Then we will, everything is fine. Now we'll click on review plus create. uh, Create a logic app. uh, you can see that the logic app has been created, and we need to go to the resource of logic app designer. So you will, if it has been successfully created, you will get to this page, and here there are various functionality, like when a message is received in a service bus queue, http request, email received in outlook.com, and all the service. Here there is a blank logic app, and if you want to click blank logic app using your giving your own conditions like using parallel execution, conditional execution, but for now we'll focus on the Twitter sentiment analysis. So we need to go to this when a new tweet is posted, so click on here. So for that we need to sign in to the Twitter. So wait just a minute, I'm just signing in. So create a new tab, go to your developer account, uh, then we will sign in over here. So wait just a minute. So I have signed into the Twitter account. So now uh, I will give text analytics Twitter, my connection name, you default shared application. So click on sign in button. Hmm. Here you can see that your username is already been present there. So note that before performing the Twitter sentiment analysis, you need to have a Twitter account. So if you don't have, then go and create one. So I will give the password over here, then authorize the app. Okay, so here you can see that it has been created. So we'll click on continue. So search text, so I will use the hashtag Messi, hashtag FC Barcelona, hashtag PSG. Note that you can choose your own hashtags, no worry about that. So how often do you want to check for items? I will give you a 15 second. Okay, then everything seems to be fine. I will click on next step. So here we need to choose text analytics. In the text analytics we need to select sentiment. uh, so Twitter connection for sentiment will be my name. Account key, so for account key open the portal in a new tab. So we will do that right now. I hope you guys are with me and you are understanding the concept. So it is very simple guys, don't worry. Azure for everyone, go to the cognitive services. So and then we'll go to the Twitter, then we'll go keys and endpoints, show keys. So note that Microsoft Azure will always provide us two key. In case one key has been hindered, we can use the other key. So no worry about that. We'll choose the copy this key. We will go to logic app design. Here we will paste our key. Then for site URL, we will go and copy this URL. We will paste these URLs and then click on create. Then here there are some parameter we need to add, but for before that we'll go to the new step. So we will add the parameter, no worry about that. So here you can see there are various options like tweet and all the things like tweet text analytics, Google Sheets and all the things. So for that we need to go to Google Sheets. Before that, just wait a minute, you need to go to your drive. So just hit drive.google.com. We need to go to our drive, then click on a new folder. We need a new folder, Twitter sentiment demo, so it will work. Yeah, so now I have a Twitter sentiment demo, so go inside that folder. We'll create a new Google Sheet. So here, just please repeat what I am doing. Tweet text, in the second column we need to write tweeted by, and in the third column we need to give score. So for score we need to give the formatting as score as number, so automatic, and we need to add some conditional formatting, like go to conditional formatting, greater than, add the greater than. We need that if the tweet should be greater than 0.5, it can be treated as a positive tweet, and if it's 0.5 it should be neutral, and if it's less than 0.5 it should be a negative tweet. So we need to add 0.5, click on done, and we'll add another rule. So less than or equal to 0.5, we'll give the red mark over here. So okay, so everything seems to be fine. Tweet score, okay, so I think it's fine. So for safer side we need to reload this page, check whether all of it's saved. So it is saved, so we will just close this tab, go to the logic apps again, then we'll click on Google Sheets. We have already been signed in the Google Sheet, so we'll click on insert. In the Google Sheet we want to insert the row, so it is asking us for signing like the previously we had signed in for Twitter. Now it is asking us to sign in for the Google Sheets, so we'll just sign in, then we'll allow all the functionalities and features. So it might take some time, so guys please wait. It actually depends on your network speed. So in mine area, due to some network issues, I think it is getting a slow response, so please wait. So here we need to pick a file, so go to Google Drive, we'll go to Twitter sentiment demo, we need to go to tweet score. So here we need to pick a worksheet, so here there is a sample worksheet sheet 1, so we need to click that, add a new paragraph. We'll then go to add a new paragraph. We need all of these features, so we'll click on all the checkbox. So in tweet text we need to add tweet text. In tweeted by we need to add the name of the user that generate the tweet. In score we need to give the confidence scores. So here also then we need to go to the sentiment. Here I will add in the description document, I will add the description. So wait just a minute. So I have added the description. In the document text we'll add tweet text. In the document language I will add the tweet language. So then we will save this one. uh, we will save this one. So then we will go to our Twitter page. Here we will give a sample tweet. So so I will write any sample tweet. So this is the sample tweet. So I will click on tweet button. So you can see that my tweet is been posted. So now I need to run this trigger. Hit on run. So you can see that all the trigger has been run successfully. So now we'll go to our document that has been created, the Google Sheet, and you can see that the score has been generated and it is saying that it is a positive tweet, and also it will give us the ID. It has been generated, my tweet has been generated in the Google Sheets. You can also check that it is tweeted by me, my score, and now the app ID. So he so we can generate some few more tweets to check whether it is working, like Barcelona PSG. So we will again hit on the tweet button, tweet. So run the trigger. It is again running the trigger. So we'll move to over here. So here you can also check the score. You can see the tweet, you can see the name of the tweet, name of the user that has been tweeted the tweet. You can see the score. Again it generated the ID. So like this way we can perform the Twitter sentiment analysis. So it is very easy to use. So I hope you all understand the concept, and I hope you have also executed the Twitter sentiment analysis using Logic app successfully. So thank you everyone, keep practicing, keep learning.